Hi, guys. Welcome back to Heartflow, the podcast where I, Shayla, your host, talk about whatever is given to me. I realized, jump right in, kind of. You know what I realized? I do not also, I haven't been saying that I'm a therapist. And that some of my feedback is based off of that. I haven't been saying that lately. But yeah, that is also me, right? So I talk about topics that are given to me that need more like elaboration clinically, um, how to process through certain things on that front as a therapist and as a Black therapist, also giving that perspective. Um, but I do not give diagnosis. That's not what I'm here for. I just give elaboration on topics that people may have questions on, especially in the Black community. Um, yeah, that's what I be doing. As of lately, the past few episodes, I have also been talking about my healing journey and my career journey since losing my job last year. It's coming up on a year, which is crazy. No, it's not. That's wrong. How long has it been, y'all? Maybe 2 years actually. It's coming up on 2 years because it will be also 2 years that I've been working at this company. So yeah, it's coming up on 2 years, which is wild to really think about, honestly. God will provide. Okay, the Lord will provide. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Um, I am an example, okay? Oh my gosh, that just hit me for real. He is a keeper. You hear me? He is a keeper. Thank you, Lord. Yes, but that's coming up on 2 years. Um, I'm thankful for the Lord in providing the place that I am at, the residency program that I am in, the supervisor that I have because she is great, and the fact that she sees a need and she helps in that need as much as she can, and through the Holy Spirit, she has been helping me a lot, and I do appreciate that. And I know if it was anybody else, she will also be helping them as well. You know what I'm saying? So, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm very thankful to the Lord for this journey that I'm on. And speaking of this journey, I am a resident therapist, meaning I'm gaining my hours to be fully licensed as a licensed professional counselor. Um, but I also have a new role at my job at the organization that I am working with as operations manager, which is wild to me. It's new, it's wild to me. But I'm involved in, I was actually just looking at my roles and duties, um, my duties, I mean, and I'm in a lot of things. Like, I am involved in a lot of different areas of the organization. And I am like the manager of, boss of, whatever, of all of the therapists. I'm my own boss. Hilarious. But all of the therapists that come in, I'm helping like alongside, or I team up with other like supervisors and directors or whatever. It's just crazy to me. But I appreciate it, and I appreciate this new role because it is stretching me also. It allows me to move in my leadership abilities, something that I definitely shy away from a lot, but it allows me to work in that. So I appreciate this part of my journey, this growth area for me, which was one of the goals for this year, right? To move more in leadership roles and to be on um, the front lines, or to be more out front. And this is out front a lot. So yeah, with that, it does mean I take on a lot more hours which is why it has taken me so long to put out this episode. Even though I did try last week and something, my device was like, absolutely not. And it just stopped working. I don't know. So hopefully it lets me get through this episode. But yeah, so I'm taking on a lot more hours, which means it may be more difficult for me to do twice a month, but I am still going to strive for twice a month because that's what I said I was going to do. So I'm going to do my best to strive for twice a month, to drop an episode twice a month. I've been burping like crazy, y'all. Like that 36 is coming in strong. That 36 is coming in strong. I've been burping like crazy after everything I eat. It's wild. It's crazy to me. So yeah, that's my new role, new position that I have, on top of being a therapist. So it's like a lot. And it was even more so a lot because I'm learning the role, learning all the things that come with the role, on top of also onboarding therapists at the same time, learning that process and also doing that process with them, as well as like overhauling a new training process that we're trying to implement as well. So a lot is happening right now, and I'm doing my best to give myself grace in this area because everything is new. Everything is new for me. So I'm doing my very best to organize my time, and really carve out time for different things, and trying to make sure I'm on top of everything, and I'm trying to find like the best ways to do that, especially with our system. One of our systems is not very it's not very, I don't know, efficient almost. I wish it was more synced to life. I don't know how to really explain that, but I wish it was more synced to life. Like, for example, I wish there were more notifications and more alerts for when something needs to be done, right? Because at the moment you just put it on your your calendar, your events thing, and it's there and it's pending until you move it to be completed or whatever. But there's like no alert, there's no notification if somebody needs you to do anything or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And I need reminders. And there's one way that we are trying to implement, I haven't been getting reminders for, so I'm just trying to figure that out so I can continue to be on top of things and not fall behind on stuff, trying to be as efficient as possible. So that is a new role. I am excited about that. I'm excited about that position, this new advancement, all of the things. There's that. So what I really want to talk about with you guys is the effects of an unhealthy relationship, like the effect that it has on you, right? Because I was talking to one of my friends, like in the way of moving forward and like moving forward into like another relationship or just dating and trying to be a healthy individual. I was thinking the other day, like this season of my life right now, this is the first time I've ever been on the dating scene in a healthy way, which is crazy, right? As an adult, this is my first time being on the dating scene in a healthy way, meaning like being solid, doing my best to be solid within myself and knowing what I want, what I don't want, what I'm gonna stand on, all of those things, and then moving at a healthy pace, not being Velcro after day one, you know what I'm saying? Like all of those things. And it's like sad to say, like this is my first time being healthy, as an adult on the scene. So, and because of that, I am so aware of, or not aware, but yeah, I'm so aware of how my previous relationship affected me negatively. The effects of the gaslighting, the manipulation, the lying, how all of that has affected me. But it has affected me in the ways of like, I question myself, I question the person if they're being truthful. Like, I'm more skeptical, and I am looking for them to be at fault. Like, I'm looking for them to say something wrong or do something wrong. And I noticed that, and I was like, dang, trauma crazy. Trauma crazy. It's crazy to come out of to be in an unhealthy relationship, right? And to go through the lying and the gaslighting, and to be treated poorly, and all of that, and then try to be healthy, right? And it's not even like you will be able to see these things for real until you like start the process of dating again. And then you're like, oh, okay, these are these are unhealthy thinking patterns, right? And it's not even like it's intentional. This is really, it's self-sabotage, or whatever, like looking for ways for them to be lying, or looking for them to be wrong, or whatever. And it's not intentional. It's almost expected, right? Because you have been through it for so long, or you dealt with so much. It's expected that this person isn't going to be like that, right? So I have found myself with those thinking patterns, but then also like, chill, right? You don't know this person. Yes, you can have a healthy amount of skepticism or whatever, because you don't know this person, especially if you're like you're just starting to chat or whatever. You don't know this person for real, right? So there's a healthy level of skepticism, but intentionally like finding fault or trying to find fault, that's a problem. That's a problem right there, right? Because they didn't do anything. At least you don't know that they did anything, right? And dating is a risk. So are you going to take this risk? Is this something that you're going to do, right? And taking this risk means you have to give a level of trust to the other individual until they prove you wrong, right? So you trust what they give you until what they give you is no longer lining up. Then you question things, right? And that is where I'm finding myself to have more comfort and solace, because this journey for me is different now. Before, with my ex, with that journey, I wasn't standing on what I believe to be true for me, right? And I was also questioning that at that time. And I also was not standing on the fact that God got me, right? He has a person for me that's going to literally love me like Christ loves the church, right? There is a person like that for me. I wasn't trusting that, right? I wasn't believing that I was the dope individual that I am. Okay? But for real though. And now I know that I am a great individual, right? And I know what I bring to the table spiritually as well, right? And who I am naturally too, the type of person that I am, right? I am a cool adult person. And if this individual doesn't see that, that's on them, not on me. That doesn't mean I need to change who I am. That doesn't mean I need to like dim my light or any of those things. Change change who I am for this individual. No, this individual just isn't for me. And that doesn't mean I'm less than because of that. We just don't rock. You know what I'm saying? We don't match up. We don't fit, right? So it's on to the next one. And before I even like started getting back on this dating scene, y'all know I was like, the dating is for the Lord, right? Like, I'm not doing no super extra stressing over it, because God's got that, and I still believe that He does. So, and that's something that I have to remind myself of, though, because of my anxious attachment style. I do have to remind myself of that sometimes, because the anxious attachment is like, I'm a good person, so let me show you that I'm a good person, so you won't walk away. Like, I want you to stay near to me, I want you to be close to me, so I want to prove to you that I'm great. I don't have to prove to anybody that I'm great. I'm great. I know that I'm great. The Lord knows that I'm great. It's on you that's fumbling, not me. Not me at all. And you may even see that I'm great, right? But we don't align. So you move on to whoever your person is, and I move on to whoever my person is, right? We don't, everybody won't align, and that's fine. But me standing on what I know to be true for me, I know that I'm a great person. I know that I am trustworthy. I know that I am kind. I am loving. I am supportive. I know a bunch of things, right? I don't need to list them all, but I know these things, and I can stand on these things or whatever. And I also know that the Lord won't let me fail, right? That He has a plan for my life to prosper me, a future and a hope. He has these things for me, so I don't have to really take it into my hand. He got it. And the Bible also says to not lean on our own understanding, right? So I give that to Him because He knows the plans for me. So I don't have to stress over that. Really, anything in our lives we're not supposed to be stressing over, but I don't have to stress over that specifically because He got it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a great person. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, right? I am made in God's image, right? All of the things. I'm a great individual. I'm worthy of love, right? I can give love. I can receive love. All of that, right? And I know that, so I can stand on those things. And when I was saying why I know that this season is different for me, because I can stand on those things. And when things come up that I may not agree with, or like there may be a red flag somewhere, I can speak on those red flags, and I can speak on the things that I don't agree with without I was going to say cowarding, but I don't want to, I already said it, but I don't want to hold that word, without shying or backing away from it, right? I can present something or question something without backing off of that thing. Because I know that if this is a question for me and I have questions about it, right, then there needs to be an answer. And if this isn't fitting for me and this isn't aligning for me, then I need to back away, no matter how much that may hurt or be disappointing. If it doesn't fit my life, it doesn't fit my life. And that's what I stand on. That's the difference between now and then. There were a lot of red flags. A lot that I was just turning a blind eye to purposely. I was just turning a blind eye to. But it's a no-go for me this time around. Which makes me more confident, even though I do have these residual effects of this traumatic or very trauma-filled relationship that I was in. I'm confident in me, and I'm confident in the Lord, that what I see, if it doesn't align, I will address it. If it doesn't align, if I have questions about it, if it doesn't look right, that I will stand on what I know to be true for me and address it. It will be resolved, or I will walk away, because I am great with you. I've been great this whole time, right, without you, and I will be great with you. If that's I don't know if I said that right, but with you or without you, I'm gonna be good is what I'm saying. Okay. um because I've been good so far. There we go. Thus far I've been great. Me and the Lord's been rocking, right? And I can continue to give my husband over to him, my person over to him until he arrives. Amen. But I think it's very important to be not only self-aware of how you function, but also to confront the way that you're functioning. So as I have had those thoughts of skepticism and those thoughts of like trying to trip him up, even though I'm not going to say that I've been literally trying to trip him up, but I've been asking thorough questions. That's just regular get to know you questions or whatever. And he actually reassured me in that. Because trauma response the effects of trauma is I'm asking too many questions, and what you asking questions for, it's a problem to ask questions, right? So I'm like, oh, sorry if I'm asking too many questions, and this person was like, you're good, you're asking regular get to know you questions. It is, like, it's cool. So yeah, I don't even remember what my train of thought was, what my thought was with that. But excuse me. Oh, so not only be self-aware, but to also to confront, right? Because we can be aware that we have the skepticism, and we can be aware that we are trying to find fault in the individual. But if you aren't trying to confront that issue, then it's going to stay the same, right? Like, because you can see a wound, but if you aren't dressing the wound, then the wound is just going to be there and not, it's going to be there and not get tended to. It's not going to heal properly, so you have to be intentional about what you see. So it's not that's what I was saying, but it's not that I'm like trying to trip him up with my questions, because my questions have just been regular questions. But in his when I ask him the question, I'm waiting for him to, like, a piece of me is like, oh, he about to say something stupid and I ain't gonna like him no more. I'm like, oh, he about to say something dumb. His response about to be dumb and I ain't gonna like him. And it just hasn't been true. But even if I don't like his even if I don't like his response, that doesn't mean like I just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Depending on what the question is. But that's how I've been or whatever, and I had to check myself. And so did my friend. She was like, relax a bit, relax. Relax. But be aware of what you're doing, but also confront what you're doing. If this is the road that you are trying to go down, and if dating post-traumatic relationship is what you want to do, then you're going to have to check your thoughts and you're going to have to check your behavior, because it's not on the other person. It's not on the other person to be censored around or step on eggshells around your triggers. That's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility to check yourself. Be aware of yourself and check yourself and see if if your behavior is healthy or not, if it's okay or not. And if it's an unhealthy behavior, then it's not okay. You need to heal that, and you need to check that, not them. A lot of times we want people to work around our triggers. No, excuse me, and all these burps. No, your partner can support you in your healing, and with their kindness, they can. You would hope that they would hold grace for you, and compassion for you as you move through and heal through your trauma, heal through your triggers. I really mean triggers. Heal through your triggers. You would hope that your partner does that, but it's not their responsibility to do that. It's not their responsibility to walk on eggshells because you're triggered. No, it's your responsibility to deal with your triggers, to see why you're triggered and deal with that. Even if your partner is doing something to trigger you, that is still your trigger though. That is still your trigger. It's not on them to change their behavior. It's on, like, you can't make them change their behavior, but you can build enough emotional resilience within you. You can become more solid and stable within you for that trigger to no longer affect you at all, or to the capacity that it is affecting you. Example, I just be telling my business, but example, my ex cheated all the time, like from beginning to end. He cheated. Okay. So like him going silent at night, him, well, not, no. Him not responding to me, specifically at nighttime, would bother me, because who you entertaining would be the thing, right? Why aren't you answering me? All of this stuff. And usually he's not answering me because he's entertaining somebody else. Okay. So in me communicating with this person, that I don't know that well, so I can't even be like, oh, he he entertaining somebody else. And that actually could be the case, right? He could be entertaining somebody else, because he's not my dude. We aren't exclusive. We've just been chit-chatting, right? So it's bringing that back into, like, the facts of the reality. He's not my man. We're not exclusive. Okay? We've only been talking for X amount of time, X amount of days, times, weeks, whatever. There is no responsibility to me. He has no responsibility to me, right? And then also being real on the fact that we both got jobs. We, sleep needs to sleep. You know, there's just different things or whatever. But I found myself like, he entertaining somebody else or whatever, or like, just something along those lines, right? When the response wouldn't be like a response that I would, if there wasn't a response for real at the end of the night, that's how I would feel, or that's what I would think. So I'm aware of it, right? I'm aware that these are my thoughts. I have to now confront myself and bring reality in. Okay. And also, address this trigger for me. What is this trigger? He's not responding to me at night. Okay. Why is that a trigger? Or what about that triggers you? It makes me feel like something else is going on. Okay, something else is going on. All right. What about that? Or what feeling does that bring up for you? For me, right? I'm about to just pull out some stuff for real. But what feeling does that bring up for me? A feeling of, I'm gonna say insecurity, right? Insecurity of what? That he could be cheating. Cheating? Are y'all in a relationship? No. Are y'all together? No. Has anything been established? No. Is this exclusive? No. Okay. So where is this coming from? Because my ex. Okay. deal with that. That's the part that you need to deal with. Because my ex used to do X, Y, and Z, and his behavior was this and that, and that brought up whatever in me. So address that whatever that's coming up for you because of what happened with your ex. Does that make sense? You have to peel back the layers on why this trigger is a trigger for you. And I did that, right? And so I'm not saying that the feeling goes away immediately. I ain't about to jive you. Some things is a constant reminder and a reassurance until it's really solidified within you for real. And you have to repeat things because trauma isn't something that the way that trauma works, it literally rewires your brain. I made a video about this before. It rewires your brain very differently after you've experienced traumatic things. So it's not going to be like a one-time fix or whatever. You have to reassure yourself, remind yourself of things, fact check things until it becomes more manageable and until it becomes until you're more solid within yourself, and until you are able to regulate yourself better concerning those things, or really just period. And a lot of it is how you regulate your emotions and how you're able to calm yourself, have a calm heart, calm mind, and how you're able to handle situations that could be triggers for you. You know what I'm saying? So being self-aware is one thing, but self-confronting is what gets you to a healed place. Being able to confront those things and move through those things is what gets you to a healed place. So that is my experience right now while I am on this dating scene, and I'm trying to do it in a healthy way, which is new for me because I haven't had to do it this way, or I haven't done it this way before, right? Trying to really move in a healthy time frame, trying to give space and not like do too much in a way that feeds my anxious attachment, because if they want to talk to me, they want to talk to me. If they want to hold conversation, they'll hold conversation. I don't have to do the most to keep the conversation going. If they want to talk, they'll talk, you know. And if they don't, they don't. Bye. I don't have to do that, right? Because I'm a great and fantastic person. I'm a great conversationalist. I'm hilarious. And they would know these things if they engage in conversation with me. But if they don't do that, then they won't know, and that's on them. I don't have to prove myself, right? I'm a great individual. So I don't have to feed my anxious attachment in the way of over extenuating myself. It's not necessary because I'm great. So yeah, so this is a new journey for me. This is a new journey for me, and it's also a journey that because I really want to be like, listen, just be my man so we can just move past all this right here and just be together. Okay, dates is cool. Dating is cool, but just go ahead and be my man so we can just go on, get out of this phase, right? And just be my man. But it doesn't work like that. You gotta vet people, especially as a single mom. I really gotta vet people because they are potentially going to be around my kid, right? And I can't just have no bozo around my kid. So the vetting is necessary, taking time is necessary, getting to know is necessary. And if this ain't the one, there's another one somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of reassuring and then fact checking, staying solid on what I know to be true for me, keeping God in the midst of everything. And I also hit up my brother. I'm gonna be hitting up my brother a lot, but I hit up my brother and I was like, so when you like somebody, how do you usually converse with them? Because I don't know anything about I don't know what healthy interactions or engagements like when you like someone and getting to know them, what that look like. Because what I'm used to is like Velcro. Like you start talking to them this minute, then y'all talking all the time or whatever, y'all in each other's space immediately, and it's just not healthy, right? My friend was like, I feel like we used to, if you really like somebody, you used to be on the phone with them for whatever, and y'all should just chit chat whatever and be up all night. And I was like, yeah, when people used to meet in person, like that's the vibe. Online is very different because I don't know this fool. I don't know him. He don't know me. So it's a bit more slower paced because I need to know for real who you are before you all up in my space or all up in my face. Because back in the day, we used to meet people organically for real. And that's still a thing. People do that. It was more organic. People met outside and you vibe then, right? You got a better feel for the person in person. But that's not really the thing anymore. And not for me, specifically me, because I don't be outside like that. Not saying it can't happen outside. I just don't be outside like that. I want that to be different this year. But it's about to be May. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, that is the journey that I am on now. So I guess stay tuned for updates. if I'll be engaged by August. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, so that's the journey the journey I am on now. If you have experiences of post-traumatic relationship syndrome, let me know. Let me know how you've been able to deal with that. Let me know how you've been affected by it, because I don't feel like it's talked about enough or at all from what I've heard. But it is a real thing, and you do have to check yourself. You have to be aware, and you have to self-confront. You have to check yourself, because it's not the responsibility of the other person. It is literally your responsibility, because it's your experiences, your body, your mind, your everything. You have to check you. Therapy is great. Therapy is very helpful in this. So if you can do that, do that. Also, therapy is expensive. Okay. But if you can go to therapy, please go to therapy. If you are self-aware enough to self-confront, do that. But it will be very helpful if you can have other eyes on that. Other eyes on trauma is very, very helpful. But again, if this is your experience, or if you have experiences, let me know what your experience has been like. You can comment here on this video on YouTube down below. Please like, share, and comment. And you can send me suggestions or ideas or something you want me to elaborate on. You can send them to Facebook and Instagram at My Heart Speaks LLC. Facebook and Instagram at My Heart Speaks LLC. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this video. I will do my best to get another one out this month. I'm really working on my schedule, my time to carve out those things. But thank you so much for making it this far. I do really appreciate it. I hope you guys had a great Easter. And I hope you have a great rest of your April. Bye.